Okay, looking at Section 2, the easy functions, on page 26 of your book. To enter the average function, the easiest way to do that is to use our auto sum key on the right and drop down to the average. Selecting that, press enter. What this exercise is alerting us to is that while Excel is intuitive enough to give us the range, it's not intuitive to actually realize that it could be including the total. So best way to do that is to make sure that that range is only going to I. I can do that by going to the formula bar, selecting I, press enter. Maximum, I can write that in if I want to, and then using shift, my left mouse click, start my range just to December, close the bracket in the formula bar, press enter. Minimum, let's try the auto sum, down to minimum, and holding shift just to December, press enter. And in that last example I didn't actually go into the auto bar to close the brackets, so there's no need to do that. Using the auto fill handle all the way down, our totals. Down here, exercise 19 is a rounding exercise, just talking about rounding, and what we're doing here is the round function. The arguments, that there are two arguments here, the number that we wish to round, so that's C24, and the number digits that we wish to round down or up. So -1 is rounding to the nearest 10. Just on rounding, we'll go here to this spreadsheet. If it's 0 in our argument, it's going to give us the complete number to the nearest whole number. Using 1, it will round to one decimal point. -1 will round to the nearest 10. -2 will round to the nearest 100s, and -3 will round to the nearest 1000s. So that's rounding. Exercise 21 is looking at split screens. With split screens, the best way is just to place the mouse where you'd like to split the screen. So we want to split just column B. So to the right of column B, view, split. And the difference between split screens and free screens is you're actually entering the data and it's changing as you do it. If we were to do free screens, same spot, freeze panes. So what you can see there is as you go over and come back, you can't actually go past and see the paint shop again. You can go this side of it, this side of the free screen, and enter or edit. But what you'll find is that you won't get it double up when you use the freeze panes, which is what I normally use. Exercise 21 is asking us to hide columns C to I. This way it's just to select them. But here's a trick not to do. You'll see a hide command on your Windows group, and if we were to do that, it's actually hiding the window. We don't want to do that. We want to get it back, so select unhide, and there we go. The easiest way to hide columns is highlight the range, right click and hide. There we have it. Exercise 21 is also looking at the backstage view. The backstage view is found in File, and this is actually the backstage view here. So if we go Print, it's showing us what we want to print, and it's giving us some options here. I think the easiest way is to go into the page setup, which is down the bottom, And if it's portrait or landscape, margins we can change to 1.5 up or down. And here is where we can change our header and footer as well. So I've actually placed something in here already. I'll just get rid of that. We click on customer header, and customer header has the left, center and right sections. Here are the items that can be entered. Insert page number, so it's going to insert a number of page. Insert date, time, and then simply just choose which one you wish. We've chosen date here, which is over here. And OK. Customer footer, we put in the file name over there, which comes from there. Insert file name. If you wanted to, we could insert the file path as well. I think what we might do here is insert the file path on the left. Could be a long file path and none on the right. Now we wish to ensure that the spreadsheet will print on one page. I find the best way to do this is page layout on the ribbon. So this is our ribbon up here, page layout. And the first thing we want to do is just select the print area. So actually we should be out of there first. We highlight the area that we wish to print. Print area, set print area. You'll notice a border is put around that. Page setup, print preview down below, and we're back to the backstage view. Here is print preview, and it looks good. If we had the totals along there, just simply press print. Okay, we're looking at the options buttons, the format option buttons, and autofill, page 30, exercise 23. We have the Westlake Leisure Centre, we have some data in here, we have January, and we're asked to autofill. So using the handle left click and dragging over. But what we're looking out for is this, which is the autofill option bar, and we can do a lot of stuff with this. Let's just go back to January. We'll format it to the right, bold and italics, dragging across. Now when we see the autofill, we can copy cells, which is going to show us January, and go through the motions. Fill format only, so that's not filling in any cells but giving us the format same as January. And the one that we're doing is we're filling the months. So that's the autofill, just looking for that button there. The autofill option can also be used when we insert, and that's exercise 24, inserting a new column. So if we right click, so we highlight column E, right click, insert, and when we do, we have the format insert option button. Highlight on that and come down. We can format per the left or to the right, so either way, format as per the right. And there we have it. I think we just need to enter some data in here. And checking my cross totals agree. 18,350. It's not agreeing here. Why is that? Let's see. $18,350. It's this formula here, and for whatever reason, we needed to get the range right. Okay. Now we're looking at some paste options. So highlight the range, right click, copy. I'm just going to do it down here in this example. Right click, and here's some of our options here. We can paste, which is going to do exactly everything the same, including formulas. Go back, we can do values, formulas. Also, while we're here, if we type in cell F1 the web link suggested, www.westlake.com, it comes up as a hyperlink and would actually take us to the westlink.com page. Click on it. There it goes there. It's going back. So what we're looking at though is just this little autocorrect option here where we can go down if we want to undo hyperlink. Press save, and I'll see you at the next exercise. Exercise 32 and 33 are dealing with the checking cross totals, and again we use the F5 go to form, so F5 and then selecting special. Another way of getting that is to go Control G and then special, and what we're going to do is work out all of our rows if there is an inconsistency in a formula that we should be alerted to. So let's do that, highlighting the rows, F5, special, and that's where we use the row differences here. And what it's doing, it's working out if there's any differences of formulas of rows between all of these columns. And yes, there is. In column C, C is only picking up rows C6 to C8, which is inconsistent with the other ones, which are all picking up B5 to B8 or row 5 to row 8. We're at the end of section 2, and in front of me are the revision questions. I hope you've had a go at them. I'm conscious that we've had to move quickly to combine session 1 and 2 and get back up to speed. So with that at heart, I've decided to actually do the revision questions here. So if it helps you, that's great. Question 1, explain how you can check that the formulas in your spreadsheet are correct. Your spreadsheet's not going to tell you if the formulas are wrong. We need to investigate further. One way is to just double click and we can see the formulas at hand and the cell references that that formula is referring to. Sometimes we have a lot of formulas in a spreadsheet and we want to see them. We can do that by formulas, going into the formula auditing group, show formulas, and it's actually showing the formulas there. It does distort text box, etc. To go back to normal view, just show formulas and back to normal view. Remember the formula auditing group, the precedence dependence, very helpful, as well as the error checking step through that we showed in the exercises previously. We can print the formulas simply by showing the formula and then pressing print. It will show the formulas. Cross-totaling is total rows and columns are checked against each other to make sure they both agree. The go-to special command, that's the F5. It shows where the row differences and column differences checks can be brought about. How can you obtain help in a dialog box? So I find if we just hover over a particular command, we can see the tell me more information. By clicking on that, opens up the help dialog box for that particular command. And in addition to that, F1 is just generic help where we put in our search code. You can also use it on the function key. Remember, pressing function, insert function, then help on this function. It's going to give us examples, even videos sometimes, etc. on the function at hand. Just do count function. There's an example of a video available. What is a hyperlink? We saw that a link that opens to another page or file when you click on it. It's very good for navigation, and also if you want to link to a website, let's fix the spelling mistakes as I go. It is also helpful that way, but very useful in navigating, particularly when you've got worksheets with a master sheet and many smaller sheets in the same workbook. You can even link to other workbooks and even to websites, so quite a helpful tool. Question 7, name two methods of inserting a function into a worksheet. So we can use the insert function box is a good way of doing it. We can enter it ourselves, just equal, and then if we know that the name of the formula or a function, it will bring it up and go from there, give us help on that, etc. And also for the auto sum drop down will enable us to do sums, minimum, maximum, etc. Okay, so that's most of the exercises complete. There's some there for the students to complete just using the book. And back to Section 2 progress sheet. Now it's your turn just to fill them out as you go through, ticking them off. Exercise 28 is a great exercise, and for the in-class students, I would like you to bring yours in class. Hopefully you'll get this video in time. If not, we will do it in class. I'd like to see who comes up with the best layout and design, and if you get a chance, have a go at that one. It's a good exercise. For all students actually, what we want to do is save these progress sheets and all the exercise sheets in one file. The file should be named in the naming convention that you can see on screen, comp222-DUCS space your first name space and last name initial, and they will be loaded every week into, or I would like them to be, into eLearn. I'll show you whereabouts. In the online classroom, going down, you see the upload section. So that is a way of submitting your work each week, making sure that you're covering off what you need to do, and I can also gauge how you're going. So just uploading the files into Excel using the upload. Thank you.